Well, in Brooklyn, 500,000 people flock to Greenwood Cemetery every year to view the graves of its high-profile tenants. But some are also there to see something you might never expect. They're called monk parakeets, dozens of them. And like a lot of New Yorkers, they're immigrants, and they've been thriving here for decades. Well, they aren't alone. The almost 200-year-old cemetery is bursting with life, and a lot of it you can find nowhere else. News 4's Kay Ingram has the living research happening at the cemetery.
You hear them.
They are right there.
Before you see them.
They're very vocal, they're very loud.
Dozens of parakeets from South America living and thriving in the middle of Park Slope, Brooklyn, inside of Greenwood Cemetery's 478-acre terrain.
There's a myth that they were in a container at JFK and it somehow broke or was opened accidentally, and that's how they got here.
But now, for the first time, there is research happening to figure out not how they got here, but why they've stayed.
In the late 90s, early 2000s, when there was some restoration work going on in the Gothic Arch, there was an attempt to move the nest. After the restoration happened, the monk parakeets then started rebuilding their nest back.
A colony of immigrants and neighbors.
They're just little green parrots. They're communal. They live in huge nests that are sort of like apartment buildings where everybody has their own little house.
But in a place associated with death, there's a lot of life.
Mammals, reptiles, fish, amphibians, birds, insects.
And some living things here aren't found anywhere else, thanks to a growing amount of research happening here daily.
Just constant observation and getting to know who and what lives in the same city as us.
Even you can participate with an app called iNaturalist.
Take a picture of it, drop its location of where you found, it timestamps that observation too, and then it uploads it to the system where anyone can see that observation and help you to identify that species. Actually, a new fungi was just discovered here by a citizen scientist that piqued the interest of scientists.
With a soon-to-come education and learning welcome center set to open in 2025 and an ever-busy nest, the cemetery is as bustling as the city it's in.
Well, I can tell you I have hearing aids, so their particular screech is somewhat annoying.
Kay Ingram, News 4 New York.